Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. XRP just became number one in the world's largest crypto market, pushed by institutional and retail investors, actually. And so I want to talk about this. I've actually got a few stories for you in this latest Moon Lambo hot jam, including this headline from you today. XRP becomes number one crypto in the UK. Cardano comes second. The thing about this too, I want to talk about this a little bit. What do you think caused XRP to be in a position where it could be deemed as number one by any portion of the world? Why would any portion of the world, people investing in crypto, the world, why would any portion of the world be most interested in number one in any geographic region? Well, there can be a number of factors, and there are. I'm not pretending that it's a single metric that needs to be tracked here. You probably need to have a multivariate analysis, fine. But what about legal clarity? Because the region in question here, we're talking about the UK, which again is part of the world's largest crypto market. The UK does have legal clarity, so I want to talk about that too. And also, here's an interesting headline from you today. I just love seeing this stuff because it's just more proof, adoption. Talk about it being in full swing. Crypto is here. It is not going away. There are reasons for this that are legitimate and sound. And the people that are the no-coiners, the naysayers, sorry they don't get it yet, and they're missing out on the biggest transfer of wealth in the history of mankind. So sorry you're missing out. But the rest of us are not. Here's the headline from you today. Morgan Stanley CEO, crypto won't go away. And you'll see as I go through this, it's not that crypto is some huge moneymaker for them yet, but this is a huge acknowledgement of reality. It's a huge acknowledgement of reality. To see a firm like Morgan Stanley admit this, the CEO, yeah, because I'll tell you what, something like this, if you look like 5-6 years ago, the idea of a headline like this existing would have just been completely absurd. Even when I jumped into crypto in 2017, everybody was still saying, either they were silent about it, all of the people in legacy finance, or they were saying it was going to zero. That's pretty much all you heard. There maybe one or two outliers, whatever. Not many anyway. But look, I do want to be clear at the outset. I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who makes YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby, just for fun. I just think it's fun to talk about this stuff. I have the same interest as you listening to this. Shout out to XRP Crypto Wolf for sending this story my way. I actually want to run through this from Finance Magnates covering the same thing. XRP gains popularity among UK-based investors. XRP, the world's sixth largest cryptocurrency, has seen a jump in retail and institutional adoption during the last few months. According to a report published by eToro, one of the world's leading multi-asset investment platforms, XRP remained the most popular crypto asset among retail investors in the UK. Well, you don't say. You don't say. XRP, which has real-world utility, is even useful for people that simply want to trade and move money from one exchange to another. Well, how about that? Go figure. That cryptocurrency is favorable to people? Well, no kidding. Why do you think it's been in the top 10 cryptos despite the SEC action for the entirety of its existence? Why might that be? Look, I know most people don't care about fundamentals, but there's just enough people that have propped it up to that level, and then everybody else that doesn't know what the hell they're doing, they throw in money too, and that's how it is for all of crypto. But there's a reason that it's at the top. There's absolutely a reason that it's at the top. And see, that's why, like, for anybody that's still scared or concerned, is my XRP going to rally, in particular this market cycle? My opinion is that the answer is a strong yes. The people and the rest of the planet don't care about the SEC stuff, and even the people in the United States like me, yes, we care about it because we're here, we live here, it impacts us, but even we are not suddenly negative on XRP. Yeah, there was the scare, obviously, when the SEC came after Ripple, a dramatic price crash, sure, but now XRP is back to moving in tandem with the market, and the community's still here, and it's a gigantic community. Anyway, the piece continues. The data from eToro revealed that UK-based retail investors preferred XRP over other digital currencies in Q3. XRP maintained its crown as UK retail investors' number one pick, with a 4% increase on Q2 and a 105% growth in ownership year over year. Now, excuse me, apart from XRP, the UK-based retail investors showed interest in Cardano, which leapfrogged Ethereum to take second place with an 11% increase over the past 3 months and a significant 1,230% jump year on year. And by the way, those numbers coming for XRP, don't forget, XRP was up, what, somewhere in the neighborhood of 800% in April of this year, somewhere around there. And then there was a correction, so obviously it's down for that. Now it's up 450% or something like that, for year to date. But these numbers, I believe they're coming. You tell me what you think, but I'm just saying. Anyway, commenting on the data, Simon Peters, crypto market analyst at eToro, said the following. Whilst Bitcoin holdings only increased 2%, its year-on-year increase is 325%, which is a demonstration of how crypto assets have captured retail investors' imaginations over the past 12 months and showing how they're a vital component of many portfolios. XRP is similar. Its growth quarter on quarter is just 4%, but a lot of our investors are holding it. Some bought it way back in 2017, others more recently. There is a strong community of XRP supporters who believe in its long-term potential. Yeah, no kidding. The XRP community is freaking gigantic. You are listening to this, you are part of something gigantic and global. It's truly huge right here. And so I happen to be one of those people he's citing that purchased XRP back in 2017. And it is kind of interesting that given the price level where I was purchasing it by and large, because it averaged out for me, I think my average buy-in price was probably something like 25 cents. It is kind of interesting to me that I could have bought it. I could have jumped into crypto as early as the beginning of this year and still pulled that off technically. But, there's something to getting acquainted with the crypto asset class that has tremendous value and understanding it and living through it. So I'm certainly glad that's not the case, because then I wouldn't have put in the amount of money that I did. And also, having been in this over the span of almost 4 years at this point, it allowed me to dollar cost average in, which is, I think, the responsible approach anyway, and it allowed me to put the money that I had available to invest in XRP over the span of years into it, rather than what do I have right now? It's January 2021, and then just throw that in. So I've got more in it than I otherwise would have, even though, yes, technically I could have bought it the same price. So anyway, that's my long way of saying I'm glad I've been here for as long as I've been here. But even if you are new to crypto, don't feel like you're late to the party. You're actually early to the party. You're so early that it's rude. The hosts are not going to be thrilled with you showing up this early. You should probably go home and come back later. But I actually kind of thought I had some similar thoughts when I jumped into crypto in late 2017. I was like, I just wish I knew about this a few years sooner, so on and so forth. But the truth of the matter is, this asset class is tiny right now. Even being a multi-trillion-dollar asset class, finally, it's tiny. And so if you just fast forward a decade from now, it's going to be tens of trillions or maybe over 100 trillion by then. It's like you're early to the party. The opportunity for life-changing wealth is still here. I think you need to have a certain time horizon in mind, and a number of other factors. You need to understand there is risk investing in crypto, just like investing in anything, and things change quickly. So yeah, I'm not pretending there's no risk, but the opportunity is there, I believe, and that's the bigger, more important point, I think. There's risk in anything, though. So yes, it's good to be here. But no, don't feel like if you're newer to crypto, don't feel like oh shoot, my opportunity. No, the opportunity still exists, even though we're approaching a bear market because this bubble's going to inflate and pop. But man, the most exciting, fun fireworks are still ahead of us. I'm really looking forward to it. And so as far as this position of XRP being number one in the mind of these investors over in the UK. How is that possible? Oh, by the way, I want to mention this. I'm not going to read this article, but the timing of this was interesting. It was a headline from Crypto Newsflash. North America becomes world's second largest cryptocurrency market after Europe. And so there you go. That's how I saw that. I was like, oh, that's interesting timing. So UK, how about that? Part of Europe, massive, absolutely massive to see a population like that. It's just, XRP's number one. And still, like, I still think, you just wait. Financial clarity or regulatory clarity or not, at some point XRP is going to rally, and you're going to see that type of sentiment the world over anyway. But what made it easier for that portion of the world to feel like that? Well, here's a headline from January 12th, 2021. UK Treasury says XRP is exchange token and not a security. And this clarity dates back to like 2019, by the way, but check this out. The United Kingdom government appears to be cementing its position that XRP is an exchange token and not a security. Her Majesty's Treasury has published a new document outlining the UK's regulatory approach to cryptocurrencies and stablecoins. The report classifies XRP, Ethereum, and Bitcoin as tokens that are primarily used as means of exchange. So-called exchange tokens fall under an unregulated category that means they are neither e-money nor security tokens. The HM Treasury report was referencing a framework that the UK Financial Conduct Authority laid out in 2019. And here's a quote from the Treasury. Security tokens have characteristics akin to specified investments, like a share or a debt instrument, as set out in UK legislation. Broadly, these are likely to be tokenized digital forms of traditional securities. And so, look, I still am optimistic eventually we're going to have this type of clarity here in the United States, but every other country on the planet is on the same page. It's just the United States that's out of step. And even within the United States, it's just this one agency within the federal government that's causing a mess. Just one. So eventually, this is going to get worked out here, but it's nice seeing that there's clarity at other parts of the planet, which I think is contributing to this type of action here. And then there's this, Morgan Stanley CEO, crypto won't go away. Morgan Stanley CEO James Gorman sounded upbeat about cryptocurrencies during the bank's third quarter earnings call, claiming that the industry will not go away. And here's the quote. It's pretty simple. I don't think crypto's a fad. I don't think it's going to go away. Golf clap for that sentiment. Of course it's not going away. There are people that find the attributes that it holds to be valuable and useful. And so that's why people talk about this idea of intrinsic value of a cryptocurrency, this or that, and they get into this stupid argument. I'm like, it's way more simple than you guys are making it. If humans like the traits that an asset has, digital or physical, then there you go. Then they're going to put money into it. If it's something they want, they're going to put money into it. And these traits are not something that people will in the future not value. You know, think about it, like, you know, a finite quantity of an asset, this and that. There's all sorts of things. But some people just simply do not get it. Anyway, Morgan Stanley was the first major U.S. bank to grant its wealthy clients access to Bitcoin funds in March. Now, so far, Gorman does not see a lot of client demand for Bitcoin, but he does not rule out that crypto may start playing a bigger role in its business. And here's another quote. For us, honestly, it's just not a huge part of the business demand for our clients. That may evolve and will evolve with it, but certainly it's not what's driving our economics one way or the other. Yeah, and so that's not surprising either. It doesn't just like snap of a finger, like when it's introduced, just, you know, to them, suddenly just become, you know, the majority of their business. Of course not. I wouldn't expect that. But it's going to become a larger share. To what degree, I'm not sure. I won't pretend to know. But bigger, certainly. Because this is a real thing that's not going to go away. And the more adoption that occurs, the more validation it's going to have in people's minds. And the more people get used to the volatility of it. And by the way, I do believe that's the case. People are getting used to the volatility, and over time it will scare fewer people, even though it's still not fun for your typical retail investor to live through that. I get that. But eventually even the volatility is going to diminish, and then even more people will jump into crypto. It's just that at that point there's going to be less opportunity. The volatility is what means there's opportunity right now, so you want it. But I know we don't like the downside, but we love it when there's the upside. So there you go. Optimistic for the future, positive report, happy to share it. I'm going to wrap up here, though. I am not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.